All right, gratitude, 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 family. Peace and blessings. This is your brother Yosef, and I'm back with another video. All right, family. Here we are. We're in 2024. Um, this is a new year, and I really want to help set the mindset that people should have for 2024. From my perspective, I really think people should have a certain mindset walking into 2024, right? And we live in a world that's full of magic. A lot of things are going on that we see and that we don't see. And what you don't want to do is walk into 2024 with the wrong mindset as a magician, because bad things can happen. You know what I'm saying? Bad things can happen. And we're going to talk about that today, right? I'm not going to be before you long, family. I just want to drop some information on y'all, um, and make sure you guys really understand what's going on here, right? So the title of this video is The Science of Good Spiritual Hygiene. The science of good spiritual hygiene, family. This is very important as we move forward, family, because you live in a world where if you have a job and you go to that job daily, it might be a school you go to, you got your kids go to school, whatever it is. You want to make sure, fam, that your kids smell good, right? You want to make sure that your kids smell good. They got on clean clothes, right? You don't want to be walking around with dirty clothes, smelling bad, because in this world, people tend to stay away from you if you smell bad, right? But family, if you walk around with holes in your aura smells. Believe it, auras can smell bad, right? Your aura smells bad. You got holes in your aura. Your aura is gooky. It's got like dark energy in your aura. Then, from a spiritual perspective, you're not going to, people and entities are not going to stay away from you. They're going to be attracted to you if you have all of this negative energy in your aura. So, practicing good spiritual hygiene in your family has a lot to do with having a clean aura, having your aura clean. You can tell when somebody's aura clean. You can tell when somebody's aura dirty. You ever see somebody that's actually dressed really nice and they smell good, but they got a really dark energy look to them? That's because their aura is bad, right? They have a really dark look to them, but they smell good, right? They got clean clothes on, but they got this dark look to them. That's actually their aura that you're picking up on, right? And that's exactly what I'm talking about, family. So there's a such thing as a spiritual smell, right? Sometimes we pick on it. We pick up on it as you look at TV. It kicks in every now and then. You ever look at TV and you notice that you can smell what's on TV? Some of you guys can do that. That's a spiritual sense, believe it or not. You have a spiritual sense of vision, hearing, taste, and smell, right? This is all real. So some people can smell when demons are present. They can smell like a negative, gooky smell, right? To me, it smells like garbage when I smell it. When I smell that smell out of nowhere, I'm looking around, I don't see no dead animals or nothing. I know there's something very negative around, right? And it could be somebody's aura, right? So yes, if you in the physical, people tend to stay away from people that smell bad, that dress bad, that look bad, right? But in the spiritual world, family, entities are more attracted to you. Negative entities are more attracted to you when you have a very uh, dark, negative holes in your aura. And when you have that type of aura energy on you, entities are more attracted to you, family. So we want to make sure in 2024 that we have a good, clean aura. And we're going to talk about some of the ways you can do that in this video, right? So practicing good spiritual hygiene is going to challenge you in life, right? Some of you guys are on the spiritual path, but you don't want to be challenged. You don't want to be challenged, right? A lot of people talk about how disciplined they are spiritually, but they don't want to be challenged. As soon as you challenge them, they go back to the easy part of the spirituality. And I'll give you an example of that. Um, right now in the spiritual community, there's a lot of just people who want spells. Like, give me a spell, give me a good spell, give me a good spell for this, right? If you need more confidence, you don't need a spell to be more confident. Of course, spells exist for that. But you need to practice using your mind, right? Having a more of a mystical mind, you need to practice um, being more confident, right? In your spirituality. You don't need a spell for that. Do it the hard way. Do it the way that that's going to develop you better in the long run, right? Because what if you forget the spell? How are you going to have confidence, right? Some people need more money, but you got to set yourself up. This is something people don't know about money. You have to set yourself up for money. If you walking around with no business, you don't have a business at all in 2024, and you trying to manifest money, I don't understand that, because you're just going to get more hours at the job. I think some people think when they do a money spell, right? The money spell, when they do a money spell, they're going to Money's going to fall out of the sky. They're going to win a lottery. You're thinking about it. If you're thinking about winning a lottery when you do a money spell, you're thinking about it the wrong way. You can think about whatever you want, right? You can do it however you want to do it. But you shouldn't be thinking about winning a lottery just to do a money spell. You should be thinking about having a business because money is energy, right? It's really energy and it's a currency. It's a current and it needs somewhere to go, right? That current needs somewhere to go. And if you don't have a window open or a door open for it to come through, and the only thing that's open is your job, then you're just going to get more hours in the job, right? So if you want more money, fam, you have to have a side hustle, and you got to be working on that side hustle, and then let the energy flow through there. It'll be directed to that stream, right? To that window or that door that's open. So that's very important. So we don't want to just focus on spells, family. We want to challenge ourselves spiritually so that we can grow. You don't grow without pressure, right? You just don't, right? You don't grow without pressure, family. So if we want to grow more, we have to have pressure, right? And I'm not saying pressure like negativity. I'm saying pressure like you're exercising, right? You have to exercise your mind, exercise your aura, right? That's what you have to do, family. And you will see the benefits come in, right? So a good spiritual hygiene, family, is like a good antivirus for these programs that we live in. We live in a world full of programs. Everything is constantly trying to program you. Instagram is trying to program you. Facebook is trying to program you. YouTube is trying to program you. And for people who go on Instagram and YouTube and all you do is be entertained by it, nothing wrong with having a good time, right? But if that's all you do is get entertained by Instagram, and you're wasting your time. This thing is using you. You're not using it, right? You need to use Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and these things like that to learn something, right? You should be on there learning something. You should be on there growing and things like that. And that's very important, family, as you move forward. So the first thing you want to do, family, to develop good spiritual hygiene is you want to develop the mindset of a mystic. You want to develop the mindset of a mystic. We talked about this before, family, right? The mindset of a mystic is an initiated person, right? An initiated person is a person who surrenders to the path. Let me say that again. An initiated person is a person who surrenders to the path. What path are you on? You got to ask yourself that. And we're not talking about left-hand path, right-hand path. We're talking about what do you learn and follow right now? What have you surrendered to? A system of magic, right? Brother Yosef been telling y'all for years, get into a system of magic so you can surrender to something and grow and evolve from it, right? Because sometimes it ain't about spells. Sometimes if you live a certain lifestyle, things work out for you because your aura's clean. Sometimes things go bad for you because you're attracting things into your aura. Negative things are happening to you because you're attracting to your aura, family. You reflect what you attract, and you attract what you reflect. All right? It's very important to understand. So you have to develop the correct mindset, right? An initiated mindset, a mindset that surrenders to a path of magic, whether you want to be a Luciferian, a Satanist, a sorcerer, a wizard, a witch, a green witch, a black witch, a white witch, a electric witch. There's so many different types of witches out now, right? Whatever witch you want to be, whatever magician you want to be, surrender to it fully, right? Surrender to it fully, family. And once you surrender to it, you have become an initiated person. And you start to develop the mindset of a mystic. Very important, family. Very important. Now, the second thing, right, you need to do is you need a spiritual weapon to carry every day. And we're not talking about just the medallions and the spiritual stuff like that, right? Spiritual rings and necklaces. That's good for protection. That keeps things away. But what if you get in a spiritual situation where you really got to command some stuff, right? You really have to command something. So this is my spiritual weapon, y'all. I walk around with this pretty much almost every day, right? And y'all seen me talk about this before. Some of y'all seen me put Patreon members seen me talk about it. The Vajra. This is my spiritual father's weapon, Lord Indra. You can get you one of these. This is symbolic of the lightning bolt, right? And the powerful thing about it, family, is that you can actually use it as a wand, a magical wand. This is the lightsaber, right? So you can use this as a magical wand to command things, to manifest things, to command negative energy to leave, right? You may be in a situation where you got to pull the wand out on them. You know what I'm saying? You probably can't get to your other wand. You got to pull something else out. So I walk around with this around my neck sometimes. This is a spiritual weapon in the spiritual world. And negative entities know what it is. Why is that man walking around with a gun on his neck? You know what I'm saying? Why is he walking around with a gun on his neck or a lightsaber on his neck? This is a lightsaber, family. This is the Vajra. This is a very powerful spiritual weapon. The sight alone is threatening to negative energy. The sight alone is threatening, family, to negative energy, right? Which is one of the reasons why I put it on the new protective medallion, right? This is the four-sided Vajra, right? The four-sided Vajra, okay? This is the four-sided Vajra, family. And that's one of the reasons why I put it on the medallion, okay? Look at that spiritual energy coming off of there. That's why I put it on the medallion, family. All right? Very, very powerful, the Vajra. And there's other stuff going on with that medallion, but that's one of the biggest things you see on the medallion, right? So this is something I carry almost every day with me. If it ain't around my neck, it's in my pocket, it's on my pants. This is a spiritual weapon. This is made of brass right here. Very powerful, family. Walk around, get you one of these, right? You can get these everywhere. Amazon, eBay, Etsy. You can get these everywhere, family. Get you some type of spiritual weapon, some type of spiritual tool. Walk around with it, and especially if you go into a very negative environment. You may have to go to a funeral, right? If you go to a funeral, most people got to go to the graveyard. The graveyard is a negative environment, right? I'm not telling you to run from it. I'm saying that you don't want to walk home with nothing. Some people go to the graveyard, they walk home with stuff because they can get a spirit that attaches to their aura. They ain't protected. They ain't got nothing on them that's protecting them. This is a very powerful spiritual weapon, family. Spiritual weapon. You want to get you a spiritual weapon. Very important for 2024, okay? The next thing you want to do, family, is if you're a spiritual person and you're walking your path, it don't matter what path you're walking, you still got to be careful. You want to make sure you're safe, right? So you got to be responsible, right? Be responsible in 2024, family. Don't be getting into bars too much and the clubs and all that stuff if you're spiritual. And I know some people ain't going to listen. They're going to say, Brother Yosef, we ain't trying to hear that. Okay, cool. My job is to tell you, you can do what you want to do, right? But I can promise you that all the negative entities, they love to hang around people that's going to get intoxicated, right? You get intoxicated a lot, you're going to get holes in your aura, things are going to attach to you, and you're going to wake up in the bed with somebody you don't know how you got there, right? So you want to make sure to be responsible as a spiritual person, right? Some of you guys and some of you ladies and men out there are single. Some people like that, some people like sex. Cool, everybody likes sex, right? So if you're single and you going to be sexually active, be responsible, right? Have fun, have pleasure, right? But at the same time, family, please, in 2024, be responsible so don't pick up a spiritual transmitted disease. You want to pick up no spiritual STDs and out here playing around as a spiritual person. You claim to be spiritual, you ain't wearing no jewelry, no spiritual protection on you, right? You're not wearing none of this stuff. And next thing you know, stuff is hopping on you, right? Every now and then, we all got to go to like a bar or something like that. Somebody might have invited us to a birthday party or something. Cool. Wear your spiritual protection. And if you're single and you're going to take somebody home for the night, have some fun, just make sure you know who you're taking home. Because everybody ain't who they appear to be. You know what I'm saying? So be very responsible with your sex life as a spiritual person. Be very responsible with your fun life. I'm not telling you can't go to bars. I'm just saying you probably shouldn't like that much because you can pick up things in clubs and bars and, you know, around the wrong folk. Where there's alcohol, there's negative spirits. I promise you that, family. Right? I promise you that. So try not to hang around these environments, family, that you're going to pick up a lot of negative energy. Be responsible. And another part of being responsible, family, is staying away from negative people. Some of us got cousins. Some of us got family members. Some of us got friends that we trying to hold on to. You got to let them go in 2024. Right? I'm not saying that treat them bad. I'm just saying that you can't hang around negative people from this point forward. You don't want to do it. Negative people going to draw some bad stuff. And I know it's your childhood friend. I know. You grew up with them. It's your homie. It's your homegirl. I know. You're going to have to let them go, though. Right? Because if they're just being a ball and chain, so you got to let them go. You don't want that frequency messing up your aura. We're practicing good spiritual hygiene here, right? You don't want that frequency, family, messing up your aura. Your friend, all they got something to do is tell you their problems. Right? All your friend got to do is tell you, all your sister, your cousin, all they do is tell you their problems. You got to stay away from them in 2024 and beyond. And it's going to hurt a little bit, but that's part of growing. That's part of moving forward. It ain't that you think you better than somebody. You're trying to protect yourself. And these people like this, negative people, don't see that they're a problem, right? So you have to, family, you have to stay away from negative people, all right? The next thing I want to say is, and some people disagree with this, but we're going to talk about it. In 2024, family, have good morals and good character, right? Practice good morals and good character. Now, I know we grew up in some communities and they say, well, if you're a God, you don't need good characters. I tell you guys all the time, challenge the thoughts of your teachers. Challenge the thoughts of what you think should be and what shouldn't be, right? I don't believe in not having no morals. You got to have good morals, right? What is the root word of moral, right? What is the etymology of moral? Moral means to have good habits or good manners when you break it down. Not the definition, but the actual etymology of the word, right? It means to have good habits and good manners. Why would you not want to have good habits and good manners? I don't think people look up definitions. Are you trying to tell me that the gods in the heaven states, they don't have good manners and good habits? That's the whole point of being spiritual, is to have spiritual habits. Obtain good habits, family. So don't never let anybody tell you to not have no good morals. Right? That's just crazy. Have morals, family. Have manners. Be respectful. Right? Be respectful, family. Right? If you ain't looking for no problems, a lot of times problems won't find you. Unless it's a very negative person that just don't like your energy. That happens. Right? You could be working at a job or be somewhere and you the positive one on the job. I've been there. I've been in that position before. Right? You the positive one on the job and people don't like your energy. They think there's something wrong with you. You crazy. You corny. So you weird for being happy. That's the type of world we live in. People don't want to see you happy because sometimes they're miserable. You bring in the light to the job, they bring in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? They don't like you for that. Right? So do yourself a favor as you walk the path. And this goes back to me telling you guys to practice principles, spiritual principles, right? The spiritual principles will teach you morality, right? Having good morals, good habits, and good manners, right? Have morals and character, family. Nothing wrong with that. Don't we teach it to our children? Didn't your mother teach you to have good manners? So what's wrong with you? I don't understand that, right? So have good manners, family, because I promise you the gods in the heavens, they are very moral, extremely moral. Even the so-called, if people want to call them demonic gods, they are very moral. That's right. You ever see those bad guys on TV that talk real proper? Like they might be getting ready to blow up a building or something, right? But they so proper when they talk and they act like a gentleman. That's really how a lot of entities are, right? Whether if you want to call them negative entities, they are like that. They have a lot of morals, right? Because what you think is evil, they don't think is evil. So I can promise y'all, family, I've never met a spiritual entity or a positive spiritual entity that was talking crazy. Never seen it, never met one like that. And I met a lot of spiritual entities. Even extraterrestrials, a lot of them practice good morals and character. Yeah. Right? So if there's an extraterrestrial group that looks at humans like an ant, right? Does that make them evil because they look at humans like the ants? No, it doesn't make them evil. They just feel more superior. Right? Now, if they feel more superior, does that mean that they don't have good morals and character? We look at ants every day. Some people kill ants. Some people step on ants. Right? Some people kill ants and step on ants, right? Does that mean that you're not a good person because you killed an ant? This is what we're talking about here, right? So it don't matter what level you on, family. Have good characters, have good morals, and have good manners and good habits, right? If you can do these things in 2024, you will help keep your aura clean. You will help get rid of the holes in your aura, right? And you don't have to worry about a lot of things attacking you because your light is shining so bright, right? We want our light to shine, right? We want to be a problem to negative energy and negative environments. We walk in a room, we want it to be a problem, right? We want to have weapons of light on us, right? We want to have these weapons of light on us, family. We want to do that, right? So this is, if you want to do that, family, you have to live a path. And the first thing to do is to transform your mind. You have to live a path, family, right? So that's what I want to tell you guys to start off for this year. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is the science of good spiritual hygiene. It's something that has to be talked about more. I think people, no matter what path you're on, you have to practice this hygiene, this spiritual hygiene, family, so that you can be walking the path correctly. Challenge yourself. It's okay to challenge yourself, family. Challenge yourself spiritually so we can do this thing correctly. All right? This is Brother Yosef. I'll see you guys in the next video, family. Peace.